So our guy, I guess we're gonna talk about it now because that was a good segue. We want to talk about the apology or this first one first. What you want to do?
Who, Kanye?
Yeah. Because you were talking about bullheaded and that'll make him a leader and all those things. I feel like that's a good.
Go to the apology.
That's a good.
Let's go to the apology.
I'm gonna throw the oop back to you though because you can dunk. You said which one?
Who, me?
The apology?
Exactly me.
I can't dunk. Go ahead.
You used to could. You can't dunk no more.
He could barely dunk then.
All right.
What I want to say is, like, black people are like, okay, Lex Friedman got you to apologize. Pierce Morgan got you to apologize to the Jews, but you never apologized to us about the George Floyd comment that made us feel bad. Now, the thing is, okay, JFK, they got a lot of documentaries about how it happened. So we can argue about how it happened, which I like the fact that we can do that. But regardless, when I see that video as a black person, it hurts my feelings. And I know that police do attack, and America is generally racist. And I understand that when we got to say Black Lives Matter, that the idea of it made us feel good together as a person, as a people, right? When let me say it so the soundbite is better for you guys. When the idea of Black Lives Matter came out, it made us come together as a people. Now afterwards, yes, there was some things where the money went. There were some things where it was used in order to push us to the Democratic vote. There were people behind it involved. That happened, but the general feeling. So when I said that, and I questioned the death of George Floyd, it hurt my people. It hurt the black people. So I want to apologize to hurting them because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing. I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now.
Oh my God.
So I thank you, God, for humbling me and letting me know how it really felt. What I want.
All right. That was. Oh my God.
You know what?
I'm not gonna lie. No. Did you hear that before this?
No.
See this? Okay. So you heard it before this?
No.
All right. So you're the only one that heard it. Yeah. This is my first time hearing this. This is the worst apology I've ever heard. This nigga just said in the middle of talking to them, like, hold on, let me give you something different so the soundbite could be better. And you compare this nigga losing his life to you losing your Adidas deal, bro.
Can I just say
Go ahead, bro.
Can I just say one thing?
Go ahead.
Two things. Kanye, with the thoughts that he has, right? He really needs to go to like any university and take a public speaking class.
Bro, he needs PR.
Yeah.
This nigga's stream of consciousness, we gotta watch him figure out everything he's talking about while he's talking.
Bruh.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
It's like a 1990s antenna, car antenna. Like he's receiving
wait. You know, there go the picture.
You know how you sit down and like have like a session with your thoughts, like you brainstorming stuff. He's doing that in live.
Actively, yeah. We're watching him figure out.
And you know what's wild? I think even with more knowledge that he gains, I don't think it makes it better. I think it just crowds the ball.
100%.
He has too much in his head and he's trying to get it all out at once.
Yeah, but I think that's by design. I think if you look at how Kanye's kind of come across or come about over the last like 5 years, I think he felt that he needed to get away from the distortion. I think he's gotten rid of publicists, he's gotten rid of PR. He's tried to go more towards social media and go direct to the people. So in his head, he thinks that's the better medium. And he's trying to be this like anti-establishment by going after companies or saying things that he thinks is unfiltered. So I think all this is still like on brand to what he thinks is what he should be about, even though it looks, silly to us. He's been doing this kind of stuff for a long time.
He's always been on that, but it was different when it was music and clothes, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No,
then he started getting into politics and...
No, it's bad. I mean, and I think you start to see that, number one, I mean, there's still this idea that he's still dealing with some type of mental health, issues to a certain degree, but I just think that he continues to believe that his voice is the one that should always be leading versus him really looking at being how to be thoughtful. I think he literally has statements or reels where he talks about this idea of like not even searching for right answers, because then it's like this idea of life being a test. So he thinks that the right way to communicate is always to communicate what's on your mind at that time. He's talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
I think what he was saying is that you don't want to cater to your audience. You want to be you.
Right.
But I want to ask y'all a question. What makes this worse than what he was doing before?
I didn't say it was worse.
Oh, okay.
I never said it was worse.
Worse.
No, they're all in the same vein.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, honestly, in some of the stuff he's saying, it almost feels like these things were intentional. Like he almost wanted to get out of these deals. He wanted to say things.
I heard that, but then
it is. the evidence is there. Like 2 weeks prior, you're telling the world how bad these Adidas deals are, the Gap deal is, all of these deals, and then like you're like, all right, well, if I go on Drink Champs, just like, well, I can say anti-Semitic things, and Adidas can't drop me. He looks right in the camera and says, like, knowing full well you're going to get dropped. Full interview? Yes, I did.
It got cut off while I was watching.
I watched the full 3 hours and 25 minutes.
But see, he needs a space where he has 3 hours to say whatever, because there's always some pieces in there that are like, damn, he's cooking, and then it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It don't need to be 3 hours long.
Bro, that's the only way you're gonna get it.
No, I agree.
You see what happens in a minute and 40 seconds,
bro? Like. Yo, please just streamline your shit, please.
And that's why I don't give a fuck when you guys be like, the pod be too long, because y'all will sit and watch this nigga talk about nothing for 3 fucking hours.
Well, wait.
But you told me I need to be more concise with my ideas.
I feel the same way about Ye. That ain't no different.
That's what pisses me off the most, because I agree with everything he said.
Yep.
Outside of him.
My next, don't rush.
Go ahead.
Into it.
But I think it's every time he talks, we have to make up for everything he said around it.
Yes,
we have to explain everything he said around it. It's like, and then we got to get to the point. Like, if you really cared about these topics, bro, like real talk, and these are some serious topics.
They are.
If you really cared about them,
and we're gonna talk about them.
Break it down and give us the bullet points. That's it. Get to the point.
As far as the business stuff, I think he miscalculated, because I think I posted it the other day, and I was like, you said Adam instead of him talking about a whole group. If you'd have added the whoever that is in your way, then it's a different conversation. But you talk about all the Jews? All of them? What? Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, please. I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
You don't got no brand deals. Come on.
No, I was just waiting because he said...
He got on my hoodie, man. He got a brand deal, nigga.
I'm wearing the brand. I'm just saying because he said he wanted...
You did drop this nigga.
No, he did. He did.
That was not. Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, one day we're gonna do a Patreon episode about all this different pod switching, and then all the different people that got podcasts that break up. Matt Hoffman, I'm going through it right now. Everybody's
big time.
Hey, when the money, that's why I'm trying to make sure you niggas got jobs. So when this shit
held it down, he ain't go join another pod.
No, I could have though.
What did Joe Budden tell Roy and them? Go ahead, let me see.
Let me see how this shit work.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Take all your ideas.
Take all that shit you was talking about there.
We move next door.
Yeah, go ahead. My fault, man. I cut you off.
I was just saying, like, when you say he talked about all the Jews, like, I think he was just talking about all the Jews as far as in the entertainment.
Yeah, we know.
And if we're talking about those,
but he didn't say that.
But he did in the interview. Yes, he did. He didn't say all Jewish people.
And part of the plan, though, because they do run media, is to take the clips that you want to circulate, let them circulate, and cut out the 100%. Dude coming in. What's his bro name? That came into the interview. Cut
Steve
that.
Rifkin.
Yeah, Steve Rifkin and all. Cut that part out.
I think the worst thing, Kanye. I think this proves y'all's point to him trying to get out of the deal. Because I'm like, why are you showing your hand so quick, bro? Like, if that's really...
But he burnt the rat. When Goodwill is saying they don't want your shit.
First of all,
did they get Goodwill had Yeezys? No, I seen it. I don't know if it was. We don't. That's fake. No, I never know what's real.
All right. So let's be honest. Goodwill. You really think if people are bringing Yeezys in, they're gonna say no, we don't want those? Like, stop it.
Do people buy stuff at Goodwill?
First of all, Yeezys aren't even at Goodwill.
I didn't know that. They had a whole printout of like, don't take these. I was like, you gonna leave your way? No, nigga. I've dropped stuff off for them.
Wow.
What?
Stop saying the N word.
Sorry.
Wow. Drop stuff off for niggas at Goodwill, you're terrible.
I didn't say that. He said he reworded it. I didn't say that.
He was racist, actually. I agree.
That's the only people that go in there, huh?
I think you had a hard ER then.
No, canceled.
No, but
HOA Dean.
Shut up, man.
But for people to say that Kanye's saying anti-Semitic comments, and literally the only thing he said was, "We are the original Jews," and which is true. Mm-hmm. This is 100% true. It's like so many forms of evidence, so many literature. Like, it's so much to point to him being correct. Then the opposite. Like, how do you get to I'm an anti-Semitic if I'm the true Semite? How?
Yeah.
How does that work? Fact. And the fact that Kyrie's going through the same thing, he posted in what he didn't really post, but he liked a post of a documentary in a book that highlights Black people or quote unquote Black people being the original Jew. Literally, that's all that's in the clip. And right now, you have reporters asking him about anti-Semitic quotes. Like, how?
It's about clicks.
Let that be a lesson to y'all, yo. Power speaks, period. Who do people gonna believe? The people who can impart power. they're not gonna believe us because we can't act on nothing. We
And
can't sit here and impose our will on the masses because we are not united. Period. If you really care about the truth, we need to get together and be able to back it. Period.
And to piggyback on that, they never silence the liars, the people making shit up. They only silence people that are telling the truth.
Right.
What happens when your page get ghosted? You speak in some bars. It's something that people need to hear. The pod clips of us talking to Lydia and Vicky about whatever, they'll go out of here. But if we talking about the family staying together, oh no, we don't want them seeing that. We don't want that circulating.
Views.
Yeah.
That
we don't
proves his point.
You know what I'm saying? So part of it is like there is, we're gonna play this other clip. Hold on. I got another.
Hold on, before you play,
go ahead.
It, real quick. Like the fact that black people can't say Jews or a certain amount of people or a certain particular people control media and control business, and it's a fact, is a problem. Just think back to when Nick Cannon came out and said the exact same thing. What happened to Nick? They said, all right, Nick, you said that? No more wilding out, no more nothing. All those deals are done.
Yep.
Nick got on a week later with a white rabbi and said it was a conspiracy.
But Elliot, I agree. But what kind of problem is it? Because I think people who are going to listen, they're going to misconstrue it and be like, it's a problem that we need to stop saying it. No, it's a problem because we don't have infrastructure. That's the problem.
We don't have unity. We allow other people to go into genres that we should dominate.
Yes.
That we do dominate.
We do.
We dominate.
We're the talent. Yes.
We are the talent. We're the
culture.
We are the culture.
Yes.
We are the movement of everything. And we let other people come into things that we should dominate and actually own everything.
And bitch slap us.
Right.
Period.
Like you haven't during that interview, I was so disappointed in Nori. Nori, the whole time, every time Kanye said something of truth or fact, hey, I want you to make sure we love Jewish people now. I was like, come on, Nori.
We got y'all know what that is.
The only thing I would say, if I was Nori, I would tell him to be more specific. Stop generalizing. I'm not with generalizing nothing. Men, women, nothing. Say the person's name. If you're gonna say it, say the person's name.
Right.
You'll name drop when you want somebody to know you know it. Say it.
Yeah.
Say it. Drop that name down.
Facts. Who did you dirty, bro? Say their name.
So did he really go to Skechers though? Is that fake too?
I don't know if he went to Skechers.
Now hold on, I want to know if Kanye started putting out Skechers, is you copying?
Bro, guys,
I think we should
people
support
are wearing
him.
Them, bro. People
Thank you, Lydia.
Nobody
should support him.
Nobody was wearing. Nobody was wearing Adidas before Yeezy.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I want y'all to tell the truth. I'm asking the question. So if he went to Skechers,
if he went to Procast, people are wearing Procast. If he went to Reebok, people are wearing Reebok.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
Yeezy is culture. I don't care what you say or not.
Is he gonna listen this way now? Yes or no?
He admitted this way. He said.
But if they just nerfed all his money, he might not be able to do shit.
Right. So that is the.
But that's why Sway didn't, because he couldn't have got that without that.
But now it's getting taken away.
That's why
you breaking even. You just wasted.
Infrastructure. They have it. You had to go there to be a part of it.
And that time that he wasted,
what he didn't do, because Kanye, what he didn't do is he says all the names, but he didn't build those relationships.
And
if he had relationships, he could be like, yo, I'm about to go over here and torpedo this shit, but I'm gonna come fuck with you later.
In that time that he wasted with Adidas, he could have been building the warehouse. The man has like 100 and something acres. Okay, that's good then. I think he should have started there. And I think if you're gonna fuck with Adidas, I think you should take that money and start doing.
Adidas said they got the 700, the 750, the 350 without the pull tab, the 350 with the pull tab, the phone runner. They didn't have a slide on there. What else they didn't have on there? They didn't have them ugly 500s. Nobody wants them shit. So I don't know why y'all are wearing those. They're disgusting.
Are y'all wearing it without the Ye logo on it?
Oh, that's a great question.
Y'all wearing that?
Let me ask y'all as sneakerheads though. If y'all are saying that he did this to get out of his deal, was losing those designs worth getting out the deal?
I think he can make more designs like that.
Yeah,
he's the creative of it.
Now I'm not gonna. I don't know, because they've been giving us 350s for how long has the 350 been running? They ain't been a new cycle. We've been waiting. I don't know.
They're selling out every time.
Maybe he been holding it.
But that's because of him.
Yeah, but when he left Nike, what was the conversation? The conversation was like, what was he going to do without those? What was he going to do without
what Kanye does well, and I don't know if he's still. I mean, he should still be able to do this even with Yeezy though. It wasn't really him. Yeezy does a really good job bringing together a dope ass team.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So even when he was at Adidas, he was able to pick people like lead designers from all walks of life and bring them in a room. So that's what he did on Nike. That's what he did on Adidas. So I do think, I do think he has the ability to go out there and build another solid team of like really dope artists and creators. I do think that skill set is.
But is he going to have the infrastructure infrastructure to produce the same level of.
I hope so.
He's gonna. I think
They even took his shit off the stem player.
but I'll be honest with you. I think he still.
Is anybody playing anything else on the stem player other than Dr.
And I told you that
I didn't buy one. No, I didn't. But if I did, I'd be like, hold up, you just and they took it off your.
Yeah, they took it off.
Now you just got a little
$200 clicker.
Yeah. Willie, what you said about him building dope teams, I think he needs to do that with the messages he puts out too.
Yes, Pete, bro.
Find people that align in the beliefs that you have that are a little more articulate and back them.
Yes. So when you go out here and jump out the window and start talking crazy, even god damn, boy. We can tell when somebody wrote your apology. We can tell that nobody wrote this one.
Yeah,
yo,
that was a bad one.
This is the
there's a way, yo. If you have something to lose, there's a way to get your message out, get the truth out without sacrificing your whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah. And another thing I wanted to just expand upon, like with that apology. We can't get apologies like that if people don't keep sticking cameras in Kanye's face. Stop putting cameras in Kanye's face on the spot, man. Stop it,
bro.
That's
and it's not.
No, they gonna do it.
The same shit we talk about on the pod. There's a reason why
we don't protect each other, man.
Right.
We don't because that's a black guy behind the camera. I follow his page. Like you put a camera on Kanye's face just because it was hot.
But it was 100 cameras out there though.
Money, but that camera, we don't need that camera.
But it's that same clip.
I don't need you. If it's 1,000 white people out there with camera, I don't need you to be. Oh, I mean, they out here too. I don't need you to be. Protect him.
Or if you gonna
that's your clip.
Or if you're gonna do it, do it for that reason so you can get it first and you could chop it up. And
that's what I'm saying. Though. It wasn't. There was other people. It's paparazzi. It's not just him out there. He didn't catch Kanye in the corner. It's like, hey, one-on-one, sit down with me.
No,
but I think. I don't know.
If we was out there with the phone, I don't know, Chris, I might need that real too.
But okay, I agree with what Elliot is saying. We need a better system to protect each other, and then we gotta want to be protected too.
Other communities got like the Jewish people.
We gotta protect ourselves.
No, that's facts.
Jewish people protect each other, man. You don't hear about Jewish
man.
Jewish
and I wouldn't have sold my soul for no million clicks. I got we've been grinding. We've been grinding it this long. You think I ought to do that?
Right.
Man, y'all are lying.
Hey, and hold up, give me PSA.
Y'all
Stop messaging me about goddamn buying subscribers and buying goddamn views and buying all that shit. I'm not buying none of that shit, man. Get out my goddamn DM.
You got money.
I'm not buying none of that shit, man.
Do it.
No.
Yeah, run it up to.
We can tell when y'all followers ain't real, bro.
Yeah. Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I had to talk about we had a hip hop artist come on our show. Someone's like, oh, why he didn't post the clip, whoop de whoop. And I was like, I don't know, I don't even care. The clips that do better don't have nothing to do with them. And my shit rolling more than everything on his page. And that shit fugazi anyway. No shade, no shots at nobody specific.
That is a shot.
That was a shot and it was specific.
So I gotta cut it out?
Yes. No, you don't.
No, because niggas don't even watch the shit.
Do the other clip, bro. Do the other.
I got you. I got you.
Spit it, niggas.
No. No.
Y'all crazy, man.
Kanye, take a public speaking class.
I mean, hopefully this is my last.
This is a white man.
Kanye and anti-Semitism, but I feel like it won't be. But this is what I wrote. Jews are 2.4% of the population, but 35% of the Forbes 400. African Americans are 13.6% of the population, but only 0.5% of the Forbes 400. Instead of listening to the wealthiest and most outspoken black man in the media about the issues he has with potentially racist and stultifying Jews in the industry, which is what going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people translates to in Ebonics, he is completely excoriated. 92% of U.S. Jews identify as white. Israel is known to suffer from intense racial discrimination against its Arab, Mizrahi, and Ethiopian communities. To destroy the life of a black man who says he's going to speak up about the oppression African Americans face from white capitalist owners is insanely racist and problematic. I wish Abraham Joshua Heschel was alive today to deal with this. What I think he would do is meet with Kanye and allow him to air his grievances and acknowledge the problematic power imbalance between Jews and African Americans in media and American society. He would encourage Jews and their allies to take what Kanye says to heart and to see this as a renewed call to anti-racism in all of our society, to support African Americans in their quest to have a seat at the table, and for Jewish people to help African Americans get there. Remember, Jewish Americans have an average net worth of $150,890, and African Americans have an average net worth of $24,000. Beating on Kanye for talking about that only reveals your racism. Have a nice day.
Thank you, fat man.
Thank you, white man. React.
Don't look at me. I think I talk too much.
Chris was like,
go ahead.
No, I mean, I think it continues to highlight the disparity between how much America has gone after the black race. I mean, at the end of the day, black Americans have had consecrated attacks for hundreds of years to make sure that they downplay the communities, take men out the household, create this economic imbalance. And I think obviously black Americans has also played a role in not shifting the culture. There is, like to Chris's point, the black Americans are the one group I think that probably shows the least amount of unification.
For sure.
Jewish people unify, they connect, they build resources, they build communities, they build schools, those kind of things. Same thing with Asian Americans, same thing with Middle Eastern. Black culture still to this day, we're probably the one group that doesn't unify around something systematic to really bring us up on top of the things that we've endured from white America. So I do think it's a two-pronged approach. So to that point though, I do think those facts are designed. Like I don't think it's an accident that the black net worth is $24,000. That this is a consecrated effort that's been going over for years. There's no other culture that's had the oppression in this country the way black Americans have.
Yeah. Brother Els.
Well, another thing Kanye talked about, Willie, you hit that on the head. I'm not even going to talk about that point, but another thing he talked about was bringing up the Holocaust. Jewish people bring up the Holocaust as if it's like some singled out thing, and slavery, there's nothing compared to the Holocaust. Well, let's talk about the Black Holocaust. Do y'all know what the Black Holocaust is?
Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Thank you. Planned Parenthood, I think 6 million people died in the Holocaust. 60 million black babies have been killed since the beginning of Planned Parenthood. And the creator of Planned Parenthood is Margaret Sanger, who is an elitist and who is aligned with the KKK. So let's talk about that. Now, when we're talking about Holocaust, there's no bigger Holocaust than that ever in the history of America or in the history of the world.
That clip don't circulate.
Who's that on though? Ultimately.
What do you mean? Who's that on?
I mean, our Holocaust. Who's that on?
She's saying because they opt to go to
That's on us. They ain't making us go there.
Yeah, you ain't forced.
I mean, they kind of are. The circumstances they're putting black people in, they kind of are. Nobody's making you. Nobody's walking you. All right, come on, let's go in here. But in the circumstances of what they're putting black people in, when they're telling a single mother that, hey, we're gonna put you in single housing, but the father can't be there now. So now there's not a double income. There's only one income. Now you're gonna have another baby by Ray. So now you have 3 miles to feed,
and you can't afford it,
right? And you can't afford that. So here, but wait, hold on. We got the outcome for it. We got the remedy for that. We can go into here, Planned Parenthood. You can get rid of that. You don't have to pay for that no more.
Yeah, but to Chris's point, when are we gonna start having some accountability with the stuff that happens to lead up to that?
What accountability?
But this is the problem. I kind of agree with Els. There is accountability. I agree. There's I'm a big subscriber of no excuses. But I do think a lot of the things that we deal with still come with economic and knowledge gaps.
For sure.
And you have to solve the economic and knowledge gaps. To Els's point, a lot of the individuals were still saying that there's a gap between knowledge of even awareness of the impacts of teen pregnancy and understanding there are other outcomes. And then there's still an economic gap. Usually poor people have kids that are grown up in poverty that end up staying in poverty, and they create that cycle.
For sure.
When are we going to start trying to figure out how do we close that gap? How do we create knowledge gaps, continue to drive resources to be able to get people to be more knowledgeable and understand how they can have resources so that they can build black, beautiful families? I think it's not just hey, we just need to stop aborting kids. You're going to have abortion as long as there's poverty.
For sure.
100%.
I think we got to address whose responsibility that knowledage gap is. We have a 24 hours in a day. Yeah. I think a lot of people, when they talk about podcasts, y'all talk about relationships, y'all talk about it. We're going to talk about relationships till the cows come home, because that's how you build the black family. That's how you circumvent the program, and that's how you filter through all this bullshit.
Right. That's the biggest.
And to be honest with you, black men on that's why you're needed in the household. Sometimes when it's just a single, I'm not coming at women, but a lot of the times when it's just the woman and the kids looking at the TV, you need that father to come up behind y'all and be like, yo, that's bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
That's fake.
Because it's not going to happen probably 8 times out of 10 without us there.
But that was one of the things that, when I do debate this whole idea, I know we talk about, like, people talk about Kevin Samuels and they talk about the polarity of his content, right? And I actually do agree that when you're a influencer, there's certain content you need to do to create clicks. And you have to do that because that was his career. But if you look at the overall message, is to what Chris just said, it was a calling to Black families. It was a calling of Black men to be better Black men. It was a calling for women to be better women, to create a better accountability in the Black family. At the end of the day, asking men to get their stuff together, to be on their purpose, to go out there after the resources, to get away. I mean, he literally, one of the last segments he did before he passed away, he actually did a segment talking to Black men for an entire week. And he actually outlined how Black men should interact between the ages of 18 to 22, 22 to 25, 25 to 30. And literally, he didn't even introduce a kid until the man was in his 30s when he was able to provide, be able to create an opportunity to be a man in the house and create a family. He talked about those things. He talked about the idea of men at 19 years old, even myself, going out there, being a part of teen pregnancy. Usually those things do not work out into your favor because it creates young people raising young people. It creates economic disparities, and it creates a perpetual cycle of men not being in the household.
And I was thinking about that this week, about how we complain about women and all that stuff, but I think we need to think about the fact that those women that we complain about are a product of our absence. And I'm not even just talking about a physical absence. I think if you just don't be in the home, follow a code, follow some kind of like product of integrity, like be actually present in the household and actually impart something on your children.
Yep,
actually
100%
have to.
And I think that was the idea, was that originally in the content, it was the calling for men to be better. And then the last part of his content was about when the men do finally get their stuff together, if they ever do, what that woman would look like that would complement a man that was to be on their grind. And that's when people got friction around that idea.
Well, the friction came because Black women are the number one consumers. And they make the needle.
100%. But the idea, to Chris's point, is for that man to get to that point, and even for a man to continue to even elevate to the next level, I still believe the power is in that family.
For sure.
A dope 100%. Woman should take that man that's on his purpose and be able to connect with that man, and they should be able to elevate to that next gear. We should all be aspiring what we saw back in the 80s, even with the Huxtables. You should be able to have a woman that connects in and really centers that Black family, that woman that can be that anchor to be able to raise the next generations of Black queens and Black kings. And then that's why I've always said I've never been against it. I love these ideas of these Black type Wall Street type neighborhoods. I love the idea when the Black doctor stays next to the Black lawyer. Like I've always been fascinated with that idea, and I still believe those things happen because it happens where? In the Jewish communities, in the Asian communities. That's why you have that, because they're going to school with the doctor's kids, with the lawyer's kids, and they're able to build that community.
They're linking up too.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Whole network.
It's just a cycle.
100%.
Whole network, bro.
Y'all boys cooking. I ain't got nothing to say. But I do. I was listening to something the other day, and it was like, obviously media does play a big part. That's why we're talking about Kanye and all this, right? But they were talking about, you brought up the Huxtables, you brought up Bill Cosby. The Jeffersons, they were married, they lived together. That was the whole show. And then when we were growing up, you had Martin living singles. And he misquoted it, but he said on Martin, the show ended when they got married. Jamie Foxx, the show ended when they got married. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that happens. And then we grow up thinking like, oh, the fun part is when I'm single, when I'm out here doing whatever, and having a family isn't really the goal. You know what I'm saying? Now, I grew up with a real life version of the Huxtables to look at. So I was like, oh, shit, I want to aspire to see that. I want to have that. But for the most part on TV, I don't know, we really didn't have it other than the Cosby Show. And I mean, what y'all think?
That's why the imagery is so important. That's the stuff that I was talking about on episode 3, bro. Like what we see on this television.
Deep cut.
On this television, bro, is important. It's not necessarily, I don't even want to go there, but I agree with what you're saying. 100%. What you see when you're coming up is very important, and it creates that cycle that we're talking about.
And not just that, media, it's also music. I mean, a lot of times,
the music is crazy.
Like I had a mentor tell me that, even with certain type of music, we've actually tied validation to being single and having multiple women and being able to, have those things go in our favor. So that's how we grew up, as even being validated as men. Yeah. And sometimes when you looked at that being the validation, it really changes the way you consume your resources, how you go, 18, 19 years old, I got to go get to the bag.
Yeah, what you think is valuable.
Anybody means necessary, because we believe that if I did this, it's going to negate more women. That's going to continue to validate me as a man. So
bro, the music I was listening to when I was young wasted me so much time, bro. Yeah. If I was listening to the shit I was listening to now back then, be in a totally different space.
If I was listening to the shit I'm listening to now, they'd kill somebody. Right. These little niggas is crazy.
Yeah. No, but
I'm talking about the stuff that I believe there's a wave of like more like morally based music.
Oh yeah, no,
financially literate music.
Yeah.
Coming out now.
I agree. I agree.
But back then, you just wanted to get up on something.
Yeah.
And it wasted a bunch of time.
Yeah, no, but I honestly, and like to me, that is still like one of my passions is that I still think when we talk about aiding the Black family, you have to continue to invest and to look at things that help close the economic gap. Like you have to look at like home ownership. You have to look at education. You have to look at how kids that are at risk for not being able to go out there and get a trade or get a skill to really provide for the family. I think as long as you have scarcity of resources, you're going to continue to have a degradation of the Black family. You're going to have murder rates continue to be high. You're still going to have abortion rates be high because it's and I know everybody hears this and they don't like it, but it's the truth. It's really a crab mentality.
Yeah.
As long as you continue to have a crab mentalities are born out of lack of resources.
For sure.
So like if you're talking about really aiding the Black family, it's not just this idea of like men do this, men do that. It's really you got to close the economic gap because when there's resources there, it brings families together. Money is to me one of the biggest fractures in the Black community. Period.
That knowledge, I'm with you on the knowledge gap.
But you said this earlier. Knowledge gaps. When there's usually a knowledgeable person, knowledge creates resources.
Yeah, right.
And money.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes.
So the two are connected.
I just like look at how I have daughters. Even just the thought of the sex talk is like it makes me cringe. But even still, I think we gotta get over that bullshit, yo.
Yep.
Like I think a lot of the times we are getting intercepted by the television way too much. We're getting intercepted by the students at the school too much. Mm-hmm. We gotta be comfortable and make that those topics comfortable with the family, where it's not necessarily the friends at school teaching them about this stuff. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So I think it was, I don't know if it was the podcast, somebody asked me one day, like, what would I say to my daughter about sex? And like, it was like this idea, like first and foremost, obviously safe sex, not getting pregnant, all that kind of stuff. But the idea of like really understanding the value that you have when you make a decision sexually and understanding this real idea of like the partners that you choose. Like I'm a big believer, and I've said this before, about women being hypergamous, because I do believe that if women were more conscientious of the men that they sleep with, it would actually create better men.
Yes.
Yeah. So the fact that you go out and have sex with men that don't have a lot to offer almost validates the man that I don't have to do much to have access to.
Put the camera on me right quick. Because we've been saying this for like 100 episodes. If y'all stop fucking Ray that don't have nothing, he might go get something. Well, he's been saying it till he's blue in the face. We done said it in 100 episodes.
But in order to be selective, we need a culture to create that criteria.
Sure, absolutely.
And it has to be from both sides. Men have to be selective too. We have to tell men, hey, these are the women. These are the women that you should be having sex with.
Absolutely.
But see, because I try to shoot Lydia some bail in the comments. Because, right? Yeah, I did. Because I put, I thought the light went out or something. I felt like y'all didn't see that.
No,
man, if you don't, you took off. Go ahead.
We just got in the cruising altitude. The stewardess is going to hit the aisleway, and we're going to give them some snacks. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Okay.
But
Lydia.
because on the clip that's doing all right now, we were talking about this same conversation. Right. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I'm swirly and I wouldn't have sex with anybody because all the good men they're hard to find, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, you still letting Ray hit raw. Swirly. You still letting Ray bust up in you. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I might not have been as selective with who I was having sex with when I was younger, but I definitely wasn't shooting up nobody's club.
Yeah,
I can count on one hand how many girls I've done that with.
I was a teenager, I used to buck on condoms, bro. Big box.
You know what I'm saying?
You shooting up clubs?
So
no, I'm talking about buck on condoms.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. But so in some way, because it's hard to talk about this conversation back, like don't do this and don't do that. And it's like you said, bro, I did it. I can't say I didn't. But I know I was selective with like, I don't want to get her pregnant.
I think that's how you start the convo though.
You know what I'm saying?
I think as parents, like I'm just gonna say my idea of parents. My idea of parents, we don't level with the kids. We don't necessarily start off with our mistakes.
Yeah.
And then when we tell them stuff, they're like, yo, you ain't live, you know what I'm saying? You ain't live that. It's almost like the rappers that ain't live their bars. They looking at us like, why you telling me this?
Your parents don't tell you their mistakes until you're grown.
Right. If I come off and say, hey, I did this, that, and the third, and I don't think you should do this, that, and the third because of this, and I think you should do this, they'd be like, oh man, dad did this, and he told me the consequences of that. So it connects to them. They have something to connect the whole thing to.
It resonates a little bit better.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
But then, like Chris just said it too, being comfortable enough to have this conversation. I don't feel like my father was that comfortable with me until we was grown.
Yeah.
and we could sit down, and now we have great conversations about everything. We talk about like life in general, and he be gleaning off me too. Like we learning from each other still.
Right.
But if we was that comfortable earlier, you know, instead of him laughing when he seen the condoms in my bag, he could have had a real sit down.
Right.
Like, what you really doing
I
out
ain't
here?
never had that talk with my dad.
Nah, me neither.
Never.
Never.
Another story. I was a dirty dick nigga. I ain't gonna.
What?
I was in the crib.
He already talked about this.
My dad came up the stairs, seen me clapping cheeks, bro. Went downstairs, called me. He was like, "Hey man, what you doing?" I'm like, "Bang, bang, bang." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Come downstairs." But he ain't really. We didn't talk after that at all about it.
I have a similar
So
story.
what'd you come downstairs and do?
He just was like, "You disrespectful. Why we in the house?" That's all he said to me. We didn't have no kind of real.
That was
I don't know. I don't even know. If
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those are we could have been comfortable then.
But that goes back to like even like deeper, and we're probably going down a rabbit hole. But like families in general, how we learn to communicate with tough topics actually translates to relationships, translates to our families. So like me, even the idea like when I talk to someone and someone says, "Hey, you don't communicate this," or "You're not very," like I didn't come from a world of we just sat there and talked.
Right.
We didn't go around and like even if something bad happened, we just moved on.
Our parents
Right.
So like so it was
Swept that bitch under the rug.
So like people think that you're just gonna shift that overnight. No, I'm not. That's like I come from a world where even as a man, it was like
thug it out.
Deal with it and move the fuck on.
Right. Our parents swept things under the rug to like I think they were like hiding things.
Yeah, they thought they were shielding it.
Yeah, but what they were doing were weakening us.
Right.
Like for stuff that was going to happen later on in life. We weren't
change that overnight.
Right. No, absolutely.
No, but you better keep it in the house too. You don't go outside and talk about it.
They think they're like, "Oh, what's wrong with you? You don't want to share your feeling."
No, it's a process.
I never had to share my feelings. My dad used to tell me I didn't have feelings. Suck that shit up.
It's literally stuff that's in your subconscious mind. So you have to go down there and like really sift through that stuff, yo. And it is a process.
And honestly, though, what's crazy is that it's not always necessarily complementary or congruent to where you need to be at that current moment. I might be doing something at work this week. I don't want to be, like you said, down in my subconscious trying to figure out what happened when I was 10. I got a presentation on Thursday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's just not.
Break down crying during the presentation.
Exactly.
But Willie, I think you got to think about that with what are we working for? Are we working for those luxuries of being able to just be by yourself and really have that peace and meditate and do all those things?
Absolutely.
Or are we just rolling through life?
Yeah.
I feel like we should be like, yo, what's the product of what I'm doing every day for 8 hours?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? How is it paying me outside of just some money that I'm pouring right back into the economy?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You boys came to pod today. God damn, I'm gonna get.
And I'm gonna say that too with them checks. If Biden sent out them student loan checks, y'all don't go crazy, y'all.
You know they're gonna go crazy.
You know what's gonna happen, Chris. Like, come on now.
It's gonna be PPP all over.
And I personally feel like you shouldn't give it to your damn student loans. Fuck them. Because that's all they really doing is handing money from the government back to these companies. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
Sally Mae is going to assassinate Chris Harrison.
Come on, man.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Sally Mae, I'm like, yo, he must be stopped.
Fuck them, yo. Fuck that.
But that's the whole point of stimulus checks, though.
Look, the amount of money that them niggas is owed, I would offer you.
It's just a blanket way of
No. They not old. They created a whole thing to create loans.
That's my point, though. They want that check.
Right.
I'm off in Featherston if it was me. If you owe $44 billion and you got a nigga telling you not to pay you,
fuck them.
They've been getting over for mad long.
That's not how they feel about it.
Well, we're gonna wrap. Are y'all watching anything that's interesting that the people might want to know? Is there anything else y'all want to talk about before I close this down?
I'm not watching.
Like TV?
You got some animes on watching.
Love is Blind is back on. There you go.
I gotta watch that.
Intergalactic was fire.
I told you.
Yes.
If you haven't and you got a young lady that you want to chill with, Intergalactic is the perfect movie to set that vibe. Kid Cudi humming in the background, and next thing you know,
what's that on?
And if she's not wifey material, you shouldn't be doing none of that. No. If she don't cover a certain criteria, ain't no clapping going on, bitch.
Look, how we say that?
How can he?
Right. It's him, bro.
It's me. I know I'm the problem.
I like it, Chris. They can grow a dick discipline.
Right.
No, I'm with him.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
All my Netflix and chilling is in house.
No, but I like the Chris.
See? No, see? No, listen. I'm about to clean it up. Oh, wait up, hold up. Let me know. let me fix this. I still set the same vibes. Like, no, you still got to date your girl. I still set those same vibes.
What you said.
So sometimes I want to Netflix and chill like I was out in the streets. Y'all trying to play me. Y'all know what I mean. Chris is like, Chris, make sure she covers your first 5 before you give her anything.
That's 100.
Exactly.
That's 100.
I respect that.
I tell Chris, make her wait.
We do got to get like that.
Yes.
I think once we get like that, shit will get better.
And I'm the one saying.
I endorse Chris.
I know, but I endorse Chris, but I'm also here to talk to the real people out
Chris,
there.
Before we go, how long do you make them wait in general? Like just for young men out there?
Until we figure out what kind of criteria they got.
All I'm saying is for the yeah, thank you.
60 days minimum.
No. But Willie, we can speak from men from hindsight perspective. I'm married, so I mean, I stumbled and bumbled to get there, but I'm speaking for somebody.
But if you were out here, how long would you make
if I was out here,
single Chris with the money you getting now,
it would take
7 hours.
Thank you, Lon.
And you're in the gym every day.
In the gym, lean as fuck.
No,
I think taking the pictures. He's like this.
Yeah, 7 hours. You're lying, bro.
I think it would be subjective to the woman. And what we
See, look, someone how they try to do me. Look how they try to do me.
No, I'm not.
Look.
No.
That criteria didn't matter at all, nigga. What I was gonna say before I got cut off was just don't shoot her club up, man. Pull the fuck out.
No, they don't have that.
I'm trying to tell you. No. But you saying that? I said this for the women.
The same person who lacks the discipline of being selective.
You know I'm Team Raw.
Those things exist.
Who lacks the discipline for using a condom. It's the same.
No,
it's all connected.
I want to endorse men telling women no. I agree with Chris. Dick discipline. 60-day minimum.
Chris said that, and then because then he switched up and said it depends on the woman.
Hey,
60-day minimum.
But for real, Willie, I was talking to Crystal about this. I was like, I think we should impart the wait till marriage thing. I'm not trying to say everybody's going to stick to it. Mm-hmm. It's almost like our rule on the
all the tail he done got.
Hold on.
I know all the tail.
No, we're not going to do this. No, we're not going to do this. No, we're not going to do. I didn't do it. I'm not looking for my kids to do the same thing I did. You're not looking for Sienna to do the same thing you did.
I'm not, and she's not my son. But if I had a son,
it don't matter.
I agree. I'm gonna try to preach dick discipline if I have a son.
I'm gonna stop putting y'all hands in my space.
No. But I do think Chris is on something. I do think that we have to impart into men to be more selective about the people we soul tie with.
I agree.
I do believe, even if it's aspirational.
We have.
These sage burning ass light skinned niggas in my
I didn't say nothing about soul tie. I am saying he really said that. I am talking about. Hold on. I am talking about
the LSA.
Men have.
myself on the spot.
We're judging you.
Men have just as much to lose with sex as women do. Period.
Agreed. No. More.
I would say more.
I say more.
No, it is more.
I say more.
It is more.
A woman can die.
Based on the law,
they can die.
More.
They can die.
Yo, not from just sex. We both.
I'm talking about
the
end result. Hey, I think that would be a sucky way to die. People always talk about it. I think that would be a horrible way to die. What if you didn't nut yet?
That's terrible.
And you caught a heart attack. You was just about to. And she fine too.
I think that happened in a movie I was watching one time.
Kevin Samuels died like that, allegedly.
No, they killed him.
They definitely killed Kevin Samuels. I'm not rolling, bro. They definitely killed him.
All right, I gotta wrap this up. Y'all gonna take us down a real conspiracy rabbit hole.
All them fucking Red Bulls. Yeah. Get you some fucking sleep.
He did drink a lot of Red Bulls.
No, in the episode.
He did drink.
Kevin Chris. He said it up here before.
Red Bull killed him. No.
He said Red Bull. He said they killed.
Like the black women together killed Kevin.
Yo, they might have
killed him. Sure.
They pulled up. We don't protect each other. See?
Oh my God.
I'm with Chris.
I hope y'all enjoyed this show, man. Just another podcast episode. 119. I enjoyed y'all today. That was great. I can't. It's 119.
Right.
Kevin, no. Get off the show,
rest in
man.
peace. Rest in peace.
Hey, we out, man. We out.